Hello everyone, my name is Christian, and today I'm back with another operator guide. Today we're going to go over Warden, but preemptively, I don't know whether I'm going to post this one or the other one I currently have recorded first. So if I refer back to a different video that hasn't been released yet, I do apologize. Now, first things first, Warden. Very meta right now. There's a myriad of reasons as to why. And the simple reason why is Warden is going to basically prevent the quote unquote cheese playstyles. He's slightly, not really counters Blitz, counters Ying, counters Glass, like smokes, flashbangs, all that utility, right? Has a shield, has a C4, has two primaries basically. So that's very good. And his play style, like, his gun is easy. You can either play it faster with a horizontal grip if you have to reinforce a lot of walls, or you can play more passively and hold power positions. Back in the day, you would have, Jaeger or Womai hold power positions. Now you can't really justify bringing those operators because there's so much other things you need. You need a shield. Okay, bring the Warden instead because he's gonna counter the flashbangs and stuff anyway. And it's really that simple. Like you just need like he can just do the job that Jaeger and Omai used to do in this current meta, or in the more common NA, especially and EU especially play styles, much better. Has good guns, can have a shotgun and still a crazy secondary SMG in case you need sights set up, or in case you're playing like blue stairs on bank with Warden, right? His flexibility is like insane, and his gadget is simple. Um, he's just a great operator right now in the meta. There is really the only wrong way to use him is basically if you use observation blockers or the pistol. So you gotta either use one of the primaries, and you always have to have the SMG-12, and you're gonna only bring the shield or C4. Observation blocker on Warden is a troll. Positioning wise, you're probably not gonna have him running around and going for kills because he's just too slow. The only way you can make it a bit faster and more reactive is by giving him a horizontal grip. Otherwise, you're cooked. Like, you can't run around on him. He doesn't have a lot of pre-site setup, so you're going to be mostly reinforcing. If you are Warden, you're going to be doing a lot of reinforcements. We had a strat when I was, like, playing, where I would reinforce 6 walls and put down a shield, and I would always be able to get that done in prep phase because there's nothing else for me to do. And it was a solid strat, but yeah, Warden is very simple as an operator and very effective. Now, he does have a few counters, and those counters are, one of them, Two-Brow, is your own teammate, right? When you get trolled and Two-Browed on accident by your teammate, and your glasses won't turn on. And on tech, it's EMPs, basically. And even glass to an extent. But let me start with EMPs. EMPs disable the glasses. So sometimes what will happen is if it's like a 5v5 execute or there's an execute and they have a Warden and your team has a Thatcher, you throw a Thatcher by the Warden can't turn on his glasses, and then you throw the smokes and the flashbangs, right? So great counter. Most people don't know this exists, but yeah, EMPs do counter as glasses. Glass, in my opinion, is a okay counter because Glass's sniper sees through smokes a little quicker / better than Warden when he's moving. Because when Warden is moving, you can't see through smokes at all. When Glass is moving, if you move slow enough, you can still see fully because it's not like a slider. It's like step by step, right? Warden's is a slider. If you move slightly, you're gonna see less through smokes. If you move slightly as Glass, you're still gonna be able to see until you hit a certain amount of movement. Um, Warden doesn't really have many other like counters. Any shields, like anything that counters like every operator is gonna obviously counter Warden, but there really isn't any crazy counters towards Warden. Brava, I mean, if you Brava hack a mute jammer near him, sure, but those are things that are not going to be realistic enough to where you're going to call that a counter. So other than that, I'm not gonna, like, I guess grenades as well by that logic, because if he's gonna replace the positions Jaeger and my plays in, and people are gonna, like, Capitao him out, you know, grenade him out, yeah, Warden's not gonna counter that, but once again, those aren't actually counters, that's counters to the positions that Warden tends to play. So, alright, hello guys. So as for Warden, the type of positions that he's going to play, I want to show an example of, so give me a moment. Because I'm going to set up a EU classic that you sometimes see. With, you know, the shield and all that. You know, 45 seconds just passed, so you'd have prep phase done. You mentioned probably reinforce. I think this is the right side of the heavels we're supposed to be on. Yeah, so your teammates just hold, like, the jump in. And you have a shield, so what can you do? You can put down a shield over here. Play it, you're chilling. Only thing I gotta worry about is this, so you might want to move it back, honestly. You can, probably, yeah, like that. There you go, you don't gotta worry about that too much. You have, the lines of sights, right? You can hold pretty much everything you need to hold here. And then you run through, right? Stuff like that. So, you can't really get an angle because yeah. So, I did this right. I just want to make sure because I forgot myself. Yeah, I get side angle, whatever. Just put on the left side, or right side. Anyway, for example, if this is the Warden setup where he puts on a shield and does all this, okay. Sure, he doesn't have the MPX. Most of the time, you're gonna have a Warden playing in this position, or a Frost with ACOG, depending on whether or not you're bringing a Warden. But if you're bringing a Warden, you have MPX, you know, you're holding this. And here's the thing, right? If you're an attacker, you creep up over here, okay, sure, you can try to Zoe this, but if there's a guy playing in that corner for the window and for that angle, he's gonna swing out and kill you. The Warden might try to kill you. So yeah, you can get rid of the shield, sure. Right? Or, you know, if you just jump in, you're probably gonna die, not gonna lie to you, because you got this, right? Like, you're probably dead. You know, you jump in over here, this is probably the safest jump in, but there's gonna be a guy playing in stock to shoot you, but let's say there isn't. And you're over here, like, yeah, you can probably try to clear the shield with a Ash Charge, but you can't really do much else, like Flores, right? So you can get rid of the shield, right? But you get rid of the shield, okay. And then what? Like, highway, sure. And then here, well, what's next, right? You know, like, there's only so much you can do. Now, obviously, most of the time you will have a Jaeger here as well, or Wamai playing in your corner here, like Wamai holds your back, watches that shit, throws out discs for you, so in this situation, yeah, you want to use both Wamai and Warden, but for example, if they're flashbanging you, trying to clear your shield, you throw this on, they flashbang to burn ADSs, they think you're flash and they try to clear it, and then you just swing and get them, right? So, these kind of power positions are good for Warden. You're not going to run around and, like, just shoot them like you used to with the 1.5, because honestly, Warden's gun isn't that good, and the 1.5 is kind of what carried it.
5 seconds remaining.
Right now, you're going to hold those positions down. You're going to, like, sit for plant deny with C4, etc. Stuff like that is what you're going to use Warden for. I want to give an actual visual example, so I hope that helps. I'll try to find a clip from Pro League of a Warden, like, power position. What you see a lot is the top mez play. Chalet is like a big Warden map, you know. Warden in stock for the late round execute. You either prepare for execute, or you're going to play a spot that people are going to throw a shit ton of util to clear out. Those are the two ways you play Warden. You either make sure they can't clear you because you're trying to hold that spot down, or you're going to make sure they can't plant and do a smoke plant execute. Here's the example video I had, by the way. As you can see, the Warden is playing on a hatch, basically, and making sure they can't execute for 1, and for 2, just holding down that power position. So, obviously, these guys, I gave him 2 freebies, but the point is, if he's playing in a spot, if he's getting flashed or something, they are not clearing his ass out. And he's got 2 fucking primaries you can just sit here and gun people down with, right? Like, if they were flashing him, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. They can throw anything they want at him. Warden's just too resilient. With that being said, I do hope that this brief explanation of Warden and the kind of playstyle you have to have of Warden and how you can effectively use him is going to help for anyone who doesn't quite understand how to use him in comp correctly. I will say Warden is insane. Like, he's super meta, very good operator, 2 good guns. Like, if you're gonna make any strat and you just don't know who to bring for a shield, 90% of the time, Warden's gonna be a good pick. 10% of the time, it's probably gonna be Frost. A little unrelated and off track, but like those are the only 2 like shield ops that are actually gonna be relevant. You can bring Ella or Thorn, but those are like troll picks. They don't have any util that's useful. If they had a secondary shotgun, sure, but like they don't. Frost does, but you know they don't. No other like good shield ops. I'm Tachanka, but like you're not gonna bring Tachanka. He's not that good. Yeah, that's about it. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope I can see you in the next video. Bye.